All my bags are packed and ready to go. Fortunately, my bags are not packed and ready to go. In fact, I won't be traveling this week. I'm still kinda sorta recovering from jet lag. Speaking of traveling, I'm gonna tell you guys a story. So some of you may know I travel a lot. My parents are always going places and I'm always following them. We usually travel together, but a while back I got an opportunity to go with one of my best friends, with his family, to Beijing, China. The deal was I would stay with his family for 1 week, and then he would come with me to Malaysia and stay with our family for another week. Our family's trying to get rid of us there. Plan was, after I spent a week in Beijing, him and I would fly from China all the way to Malaysia by ourselves. We had both done lots of traveling, and we felt pretty confident that it would all work out. So the night of our departure, his dad was at a meeting with our host, and the meeting went on, it went on late. Pretty late. Several hours late. We were rushing for our flights that night. We had to leave Beijing sometime around 2 a.m. in the middle of the night, and we had to take separate cars. Apparently, we all had to go to different airports, so they split up my friend's family with everyone in one car, him and I, and our host in the other car, and we went our separate ways. On the way there, our host was telling us how at this one specific airport you could only enter if you bring your passport. There was a possibility his driver license would get him in with us and he could check our bags in and make sure we were making our way on the flight. Making sure we were going to get there, just to make sure we got everything figured out. Turns out they don't accept driver's licenses. We get to the airport. They don't let him in. So, you know, we've done this before. We're frequent flyers. We're like, okay, we'll see you. Thanks for hosting us. So me and my friend Ben, was his name. Benjamin. Me and Ben approached the airport. Our confidence is high. We're excited to be doing this one of the first times by ourselves. We get in and we're trying to find the place where we check in our bags. So we walk in there. There's a baggage scan. You have to scan your carry-ons, your check-ins, your everything. We're full of luggage from the last several weeks in Asia. He had been in Asia for almost a month. We get in there. We're looking for our flight number and we can't find it anywhere. Eventually we find a lineup that looks somewhat legit. And so we go up to it. I line up and something just doesn't feel right. Maybe it was the fact that we were at the wrong airlines counter. So we said he would go back outside and check at the info desk to figure out where exactly our flight was taking off from, and which gate to check in our bags. And so he goes out, finds the information desk while I'm waiting in there twiddling my thumbs, comes back in, has to re-scan his bags. He had this funny smile on his face that I'm too tired to be doing this smile. He walks over to me and breaks me the news. Jesse, we're at the wrong airport. It's 2 a.m. now. We're apparently at the wrong airport. Luckily, we had also been at the wrong airport when we arrived in China, so we sorta knew how to travel between terminals. Sorry, just 1 second. And so we went outside, you know, re-scanned our bags. Now we're looking for the bus that takes us to the other airport. And we were late to begin with for our flight, and now they told us we were at the wrong airport. So we hop on this bus, and they take us for about a 15 minute to 20 ride through the city, you know, just showing us Beijing, Great Wall of China, you know, just like we were tourists who hadn't seen it already. And at this point, me and Ben were just like, I want to sleep. We knew there was nothing we could do to possibly make the bus go any faster, and the Beijing traffic outside wasn't really helping. After what felt like several nights with no sleep, we finally make it to Beijing's Terminal 1. Now this airport is huge. This is the one they used for the Olympics. So we get there, and we're both dragging our huge suitcases. The bus drops us off in the bottommost part, the the most untrafficked corner of the entire airport. There is no one there except for one service guy on a walkie-talkie. And he sees us. He comes walking over to us. He sees we're in a hurry. We're kind of just making our way to the highest point of the airport we can find. You know, an escalator. Oh, okay, let's go up the escalator. Why not? You know, escalators are fun. They escalate things. Things were getting escalated. And so we get there, and we're both really stressed out. And this guy walks over to us and goes, oh, where's your flight? Your flight? Your ticket? And so we showed him our ticket. We told him where we were going and what we needed. And he's like, oh, okay, come. And he was motioning with his hands. He didn't really speak any English. I should have been able to speak to him in Mandarin. And so he's taking us up through all these service lifts and back doors throughout the airport that we didn't even know existed. He used his card several times to bypass us through some security checkpoints. After a while, this friend of his comes in. It seems like he had to go for a bathroom or coffee break or something. Walking across Terminal 1 is quite the journey. And so his friend takes in a shift and he's running us all across the airport. And after a while of going through these doors and back alleyways, they finally meet up. By this point, we're grateful. We see where the check-in counters are, you know, we're on the right level, at least. We still don't know which counter to check our bags in. And these guys, they also knew we didn't know which counter to check our bags in. And so, we're up there, on the proper floor, and they both walk up to us, and the guy's like, deep, and Ben's like, what? And I'm like, Ben, they want us to give them a tip. And Ben's like, shh, I know. And the guys insisted, and me and Ben didn't know really what to do with our yen that we had collected while we were there. And so we thought, why not? You know, these guys saved us a whole lot of stress. They swiped their cards probably one too many times. You know, the least we can do is give them some money. And so I'm digging through my wallet. I pull out several coins in yen. I give it to the guy, and he gives me that, oh, you're adorable look. And Ben's like, you can't give them that. That's like giving them pennies. Less. And I'm like, ugh. So I tipped the walkie-talkie guy, and he was all happy about it. And then his partner asked for a tip. At this point, they're both insisting that the partner gets a tip. I didn't know what to do. I already given them all my money. I wasn't ready to give him anything else. And so, this time they decided to extort Ben for some change. He gave them around the same amount in Hong Kong money. We vowed never to tell anyone the true amount, so good luck finding how much we got extorted for. We are so late. They didn't even scan our bags. We were both so relieved because we knew there was only a 50% chance that the airplane would leave with our bags. A half-hour walk and 3 trains later, we finally make it to our gate. We just made it. Last people on the plane. It's like 3 a.m. now. We're exhausted. Trying to tell Ben there's televisions on the plane. He's out. He's gone. Plane lands. We're in yet another large airport in West Malaysia, which by the way is a 2-hour flight from where we live in Malaysia on the island of Borneo. In the end, we had enough time for me to buy Civ 5 from the Steam summer sale. So I guess you could say it kind of all worked out in the end. Lost so much money! And that's all I got. By a beating heart.